Hello, hello. Welcome to LadyBoss Unplugged. It's your host here, Molly Richards. How are you today? I hope you are having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful month. And oh my goodness, I just realized that we are in like the later part of this year of 2024 and time just goes way too fast. Can I get an amen? Welcome to LadyBoss Unplugged. This is Molly Richards, your host. I am beyond excited to empower you to overcome life's obstacles, to form new healthy habits, to cultivate a growth mindset, as well as bring in some super cool guests who will share their own kind of magic with you. Oh, and did I mention we'll have fun too? Heck yes, we will. Join me for weekly, unfiltered, raw, real, and encouraging conversations that inspire transformative change, that give you the tools to create a positive domino effect in every aspect of your life and just have fun hanging out. Now, let's get unplugged. Oh my goodness. So here's a question for you. Do you struggle with self-confidence? Do you wish that you had better self-esteem so that you could do more, be more brave, accomplish more, just feel better about yourself? We all struggle with self-confidence. And so I want to talk about this with you today. And I read this quote recently and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. And so in today's episode, I want to talk with you about ways that you could boost your self-confidence so that you could crush your goals and be happier and healthier for real. This is going to help you so much. I'm so excited. This is the quote before I even get started. It is by Maxwell Maltz. And he says, low self-esteem is like driving through life with your handbrake on. I'm going to say it one more time. Low self-esteem is like driving through life with your handbrake on. So picture that. Your handbrake is on. You're not going as fast as you can, right? You have control over that handbrake and it's just slowing you down through your life. So opposite is if we have self-esteem, if we have self-confidence, we are going to be able to just bust through life in such a better way, a more efficient way, a happier way, maybe a faster way. And so I'm excited to talk about this with you. First, can I just say thank you to you from the bottom of my heart? Thank you for listening to this podcast. Thank you for downloading our episodes. Thank you for subscribing so that you are always aware of new episodes that are released. Someone asked me recently, they're like, well, how do I know when new episodes are out? Well, it's Tuesday and Friday, but if you subscribe, you're just going to get it on your podcast app, wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Apple, all of that. And so I just want to say thank you and thank you for your reviews. I appreciate you more than I can say. So here's what I know for sure is that nobody, even if they look like they have the most confidence, even if you're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's got it all together. Nobody is born with endless or limitless self-confidence. Seriously, even if someone seems to have like the most self-confidence, it's because she or he has worked on it. It takes work. This is a skill that you can build. Really, it does. It takes work. And, the world with business and life in general and social media, like our self-confidence can get deflated pretty easily. But what I know is there are some awesome benefits when you have killer, awesome self-confidence. So I'm going to just tell you some of the benefits and raise your hand when you're like, yeah, I'm doing that, or, oh, I could work on that, or gosh, I want more confidence. Like, I want to hear from you. So here's the thing I know. When you believe in yourself, when you have self-confidence, you are way more willing to try new things, right? When you're feeling good about yourself, you're like, yes, bring it on. Let's go. For real. As opposed to personally, when I feel like I don't believe in myself, when I'm struggling with my self-confidence, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I might fail. Like all the negative thoughts and beliefs come, right? Instead of when I'm working on my confidence and I'm feeling good, I'm like, I am ready. Let's do this. So let's say you want to apply for a job or a promotion or whatever it is, or you want to try something new. When you believe in yourself, you will put yourself out there. You will go for the thing. You will go for that job. You will go for that promotion, as opposed to you aren't working on your confidence. You're feeling bummed about yourself. You're like, I'm not going to apply. Someone else will get it. Someone else can have my spot for that. Like, oh my gosh. When you feel confident about yourself, you're also able to, devote your energy to what you need, right? So rather than wasting your energy or your time worrying that you don't have the skills, that you're not good enough, or all of that, that's just wasted energy, right? You can actually devote that energy to your efforts. So you're going to perform better when you're more confident. You're going to be more confident because you're performing better. So it's pretty crazy though. And it's literally like this, they feed each other, right? And if you ever worry, which I've done, right? Even when I started this podcast, I was like, oh no, what if nobody listens? Maybe I shouldn't do this podcast, as opposed to I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to give my all. I'm going to share my heart. I'm going to be unplugged, and then people will listen. I had to have that confidence because it's something that I believe in. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And yeah, I knew I would stumble over my words, which I do all the time, but that's okay. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to get better. So this is what you will do when you just develop the skills of self-confidence and you put yourself out there and you're willing to do the work instead of talking yourself out of living, right? Literally, it's talking ourselves out of living. So I've got some really good news. There are things that you could do to boost your self-confidence. And whether you lack self-confidence in one area or you struggle to feel confident in everything, whatever it is, these strategies will help you. And what I know is when you're more confident, when I'm more confident personally, I just feel happier. I feel lighter. I feel like I'm smiling more. I stand up taller. Have you ever done that? You feel like you have low confidence and you just notice your posture go down. You notice your head is kind of just down instead of shining bright like a diamond. Come on. So this is everything. And what I know is having kids, I'm always telling them, like, stand up straight. It's like, am I standing up straight? Or I'll say, be confident. Am I being confident? So it starts with us. And so I want to help you work on your confidence so that you thrive in all areas of your life. Does this sound good? Take notes if you want, or just hang out with me and listen. Actually, real quick, I'm going to take a break so you can hear this really cool message. Struggling to find time for yourself? LadyBoss Body Revolution is the 8-week program that fits into your busy life, helping you shed pounds, tone up, and feel unstoppable, all from your home. Start your journey now. Click the link in the description below and join the revolution today. Love it. Okay, we're back. So here are some strategies that you can use to boost your self-confidence, okay? Number one is, I always preach this because I'm a firm believer, it is to stop comparing yourself to others. I always say this, when you compare yourself to everyone's highlight reels on social media, or you look at your friends and you compare yourself to what they look like, what they're wearing, what handbag they have, what house they live in, or you compare how much money you make a year to your friends, or all of that is just not healthy. There's actually a study that found a direct link between envy or jealousy and the way you feel about yourself. So the minute you go into the gap, I always say, of what you don't have or how someone has it better than you just feel bad about yourself. Your confidence goes down, right? And there's another study that found that people who compare themselves to others just experience just envy, solid envy. So can you decide today to join me and to ditch the comparison trap? It is a trap. It steals your joy and it does nothing good for you. And it's the more jealousy that we actually experience, the worse we feel about ourselves. And it's just this vicious cycle, right? And then we feel bad about ourselves, and then we have less confidence. And then because we have less confidence, we go to look for others to validate ourselves, and then we feel bad about ourselves. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And so I want to encourage you, when you compare yourself to what other people have, to what other people are doing, where they're going on vacation, to their achievements, to the money they look like they have, I just want to encourage you to think about yourself and how awesome you are doing. And to, instead of looking at them, look in the mirror and say, look at me, look how far I've come. I am running my own race. Life is not a competition. And just be proud of you, where you are in your life, where you know you're going. And just decide to do you. And like I always say, social media is everyone's highlight reel. We only get to see the good stuff. So if you ever think to yourself like, oh no, her house is perfect. It's so clean right now. You don't know what's going on the other side of the camera. Maybe she has pushed all of her mess on the other side of the camera and what you see is clean, right? And so you're like, oh no, my house isn't clean enough. Or, she's or he is, the hair is a certain way, or they're very happy, or they're kissing their spouse, and you're like, we don't kiss anymore. Maybe they don't kiss, but they did that for the camera. Do you know what I mean? Just decide to live your life and to be proud of you and where you are and where you're going and just all of that. And you're going to be like, cool, I'm confident in me. Like, just let go of looking at other people's lives. I know it sounds easier said than done, but the more you're like, oh, by the way, let me fill this in too. What I have done over the years is I decide to consciously celebrate that girl on social media or in front of me, or that friend who is making more money than me, or that friend who got a new house. I celebrate her and I say, I'm happy for you, not fake, but I genuinely am happy for her. I'm genuinely like, you go girl. I will text her. I'm not on social media right now very often, but I would private message her and say, gosh, I'm proud of you. Or wow, your house is so pretty. That feels so much better than having jealous feelings, right? I always say like envy is kind of ugly and you are beautiful, my friend. And so the more you compliment others and you breathe life into others, it comes back around. And you will genuinely be a happier, more confident person when you do that. So I just want to share that with you. Another way that you can boost your confidence is to take care of your body. You know, I'm a firm believer and preacher of this, but I'm telling you, it is not an easy thing to feel good about ourselves physically and emotionally when we're basically abusing our body. We're not taking care of our bodies, right? So whether that means we're eating an unhealthy diet, whether that means we are skimping on our sleep, or we're not moving every day, it will take a toll on our well-being, which puts us in a negative mindset, right? So there's a study that actually shows that physical activity boosts our confidence. There's actual study that says physical activity boosts our confidence. Think about how your confidence goes up after a workout, right? So you're like, oh, I don't want to work out today. If you're like me, you're like, oh, I don't want to work out today. There's so many other things I want to do, but I'm just feeling blah. I'm feeling lethargic. I'm feeling like you're telling yourself in the mirror, like negative things, right? And we're trying to stop having negative self-talk, but you're doing all of that. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go lift weights. I'm going to go to a Zumba class. I'm going to go to kickboxing, whatever it is. I'm going to go do something to move my body. Boom. You're like, yes, you're more confident, right? You're standing up taller. You have energy. You're happier. You're like, hi, how are you to people? Like you're friendlier. You're more patient with your kids. You're feeling sexier for your partner. Like all of that happens because you decided to make you a priority, which I preach about all the time too. You decided to move your body. Boom. Boosted confidence. So cool, right? So there's an actual study from 2016 by the Neuropsychiatric Disease and Treatment Foundation. And it found that regular physical activity improved participants' body image. And when their body image improved, they felt more confident. So that correlation is pretty cool, right? You feel better about how you look, then you feel better about you and how you feel in general. And then you're just like, let's go. I'm all about the let's go lifestyle. Really, though, instead of, nope, I can't do that. Oh, I feel like crap. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Like that whole, like, I always think of Eeyore, instead of having an Eeyore personality, have a let's go, like, let's go me, let's go you, let's go life. I want you to have that confidence. So join me in making self-care like daily movement, like fueling your body with good food and with water and protein and good sleep. And of course, your mental state by plugging into podcasts and good books and all of that, making that a priority. And when you are feeling your best physically, you're naturally going to have more confidence. So tell me you're going to incorporate those things into your life starting now. Maybe you're just some of those things you're doing really well on. You're like, okay, I'm eating well. I'm having my shake. I'm having my protein. I'm doing really good on my water, my 60, 65 ounces, 70 ounces a day, all of that. But I'm not plugging into personal development. I'm going to work on that. You're just, and you don't go, darn, I suck. I should work on that. Instead, you're like, boom, I'm going to work on that because I want to have a let's go lifestyle. So join me in doing that, please. The second or third, I don't even know. I'm not really numbering these, but I know that this is a huge way to boost your self-confidence, and it is self-compassion, meaning the way you treat yourself. Are you treating yourself with kindness? Like when you fail, which we fail all the time, when you have a setback, all of us do, or when we make a mistake, I want to encourage you to stop down talking yourself, stop treating yourself harshly, because none of that is going to motivate you to improve and to do better next time. So studies actually show it has the opposite effect, right? There's a study from the Journal of Personality that found self-compassion contributes to more consistent confidence. That's pretty cool, right? So what I know is everyone, including myself, we mess up sometimes. I mess up all the time. And instead of saying something like, oh, I'm so stupid, or, ugh, I suck, or I just ruined that, or I can't do anything. Have you ever done that? It's just not going to help you perform then or in the future. So instead of calling yourself names, stupid, by the way, your kids are listening. So when you say that, they're going to say that to themselves too. And we know that we can change our family tree, right? So rather than beat yourself up and call yourself names, speak to yourself like you would to a friend. So if a friend called you and said something like, hey, Molly, I totally messed up. I'm so bummed. I suck. I'd be like, hey, girl, you do not suck. You tried, celebrate that. Two, how do you think you could do better next time? And three, just go and try again. Okay. I love you so much. I know you've got this. Notice the way I spoke to that friend. Okay. I don't know. I called my friend Molly. Well, anyway, do you know what I'm saying? If I was like, hey, Sarah, and I told her all those things, why can't and why shouldn't I talk to myself that way? So can you decide right now to join me when you mess up, fail, or have a setback? Talk to yourself like you would to Sarah, right? Say like your own name, like, hey, self, I know you tried and you didn't do what you wanted, and don't worry about it. Keep going. Keep going. I believe in you. I love you. I know you've got this. How amazing is that? Like, I'm already smiling just talking to myself like that rather than you suck. Like all of a sudden I have like a crease in my forehead, which is going to cost me in Botox. I'm joking, kind of. But, you're frowning when you're mad and when you're mean to yourself, as opposed to being kind, you're smiling to yourself. You're smiling to your friend when you talk to her like that. So let's make a deal to laugh at ourselves and to cut ourselves some slack and remind ourselves that nobody is perfect, including ourselves. So let's not expect ourselves to be perfect, and let's just celebrate where we are and the opportunity to try again and do better next time. All of that will boost our self-confidence. Okay. Okay, the next one I love, and it is just embrace that self-doubt that we all have. And like Nike says, just do it. Just do it. Okay, so many times we put off doing things, right? Like applying for a job, starting a new business, starting a new fitness program, asking for that promotion, asking for that raise, asking someone to go on a date with you, going to try something new, we say, we're going to wait until I feel more confident. But when is that day going to come? And what I know is this: the best way to gain confidence is to just do the thing. The more you do the thing, the more your confidence will be boosted, right? So you go and you apply for that job. Even if you didn't get it, you have the experience of applying for that job. Boom, you have boosted confidence, right? You go and ask for that promotion. Maybe you didn't get that one, but now the company you work for knows that you want to thrive in the company, you want to grow. And so you'll be on their radar for the next promotion. Boom, boosted confidence, right? All of that. You have to face your fears often, right? And just know that they're fears, false evidence appearing real. And you have to just go for it. Just do it. Even if you're afraid of failing, even if you're afraid of being embarrassed, even if you think you'll look dumb or that you're going to mess it up, try it anyway. Life is short. We have one life. And if you let fear or lack of self-confidence keep you from doing those things, you're just not going to live the full life, amazing life that you deserve. Okay. So decide today, just do it. Just do it anyway. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. And I know that you will feel so much happier when you do, and celebrate those failures. In fact, I listened to a podcast today, and it was, I forget what it's even called. It's so good though. I should really know the name of it. But this guy, he's interviewed 20,000 people, and he was talking about some of the most successful, wealthiest people in the world, and how uh, they let the word no drive them to where they are today. Like he was saying, like, imagine if this guy who's now worth, $3 billion, if he let people telling him no stop him, we wouldn't have his product today. He wouldn't have changed his life today. Like, it's just, yeah, just, it was so inspiring to me. These people who were like, I'm still going to try. People shut the door on these guys' faces, these women's faces, and said, no, that dream is dumb. What you're trying to do is dumb. And they didn't listen to that. And they definitely didn't listen to themselves, because they kept going, and now they're super successful. So I just want to encourage you, just keep going. Even if you hear the word no, even if you hear the word no from yourself, keep going, right? And then, of course, this was a really good tip. I forget. I listen to podcasts all the time. I read books all the time. And so I'm always like, where did I learn that? But let's say you have something coming up though, right? And let's say you have an interview or a speech coming up or something like that, and you're really nervous. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the confidence for this. Can I encourage you to just practice and be prepped for it? Many times I've had speeches, public speaking opportunities, and I practice in front of my family. I'll practice in front of my mom. I've practiced in front of my dog before. Yes, her name was Betty White, a big, fat, wrinkly, white English bulldog who had the worst manners in the world. And I've literally given a speech to the dog because I just needed to get it out and say it out loud. Because I did that, I felt more confident. And it's like a muscle, right? Because I'd already done it, I was like, I got this once I had to do the actual speech. So practice in front of your friends and family so you gain that confidence. And like I said, do not wait until you're 100% confident before you go do the thing, because you might not ever get there. So just do it, and just, I say, fail forward. And when you fail forward, you'll succeed. So join me in embracing that self-doubt. And when you do, you will perform better and you will have way more confidence. The next thing I want to encourage you to do is to do an experiment on yourself. So many times our brains tell us, like, it'll say like, you have no business doing that, or who are you to get in shape, right? And our brains are trying to talk us out of living an amazing life and embracing all of our awesomeness. So I want to remind you that many times our thoughts aren't accurate, right? And the best way to deal with this is to challenge our thoughts, to challenge those statements that come to our brains. I always say, think about your thoughts. When was the last time you thought about your thoughts? Is that true? Is that even true? You're like, no. And then if you have doubts about yourself, doubt your doubts. And then be like, wait, what is true? Oh, what is true is I'm smart. What is true is I have these talents. What is true is that I have a lot to offer the world. What is true is that I I can breathe life into someone. What is true? Like, think of all the truths and then embrace those and speak those out loud. Try doing things that your brain tells you you can't, right? Tell yourself, like, this is an experiment, and then see what happens, right? And you might learn that being a little anxious and making a few mistakes isn't as bad as you thought, right? And each time you move forward, each time you do this, you're going to gain more confidence in yourself. So doubt your doubts, think about your thoughts, and speak truth to yourself, okay? Speak truth to yourself. Honestly, the biggest thing I always love saying, think about your thoughts. When was the last time you thought about your thoughts? And doubt your doubts. Doubt your doubts for real. So I have a few things you can do starting now to boost your confidence. Besides, I'm just going to give you a list now because I'm a list girl. And so these will be listed in the show notes. You could literally screenshot it. You could go and copy and paste it. But I like where I'm like, okay, give me like bullets, Molly, because I want to see a list. So here we go. That's how my brain works. So I just want to speak to you. Maybe you're the same, maybe you're not, but I'm going to give you a couple things. So one is visualize yourself as you want to be. How do you want to be? How do you want to be? What would confidence in yourself look like to you? So would that be you standing up taller? Would that be you smiling more? Would that be you doing something that seems scary? Is that you? What is it? Are you wearing clothes that you never thought you would have worn? What is it? Are you working somewhere that is a dream to you? Like, visualize yourself as you want to be. Okay. And then when you visualize that, you're like, I could be her. I could be her right now. Okay. The next is affirm yourself. So make a list of your accomplishments, make a list of your strengths, make a list of what you're good at, and then focus on them. Be like, I'm so good at this. This is one of my talents. God gave me this skill. Like, yes, I'm so proud of myself. Instead of she has this, she does this, of them, think, what do I have? What am I blessed with? Oh, yes, go me. Like, be one of your biggest cheerleaders, okay? Another way to boost your confidence is do one thing that scares you every day. Yeah, maybe it's just saying hi to someone that you've never said hi to before. Maybe it's going and learning something really quick and fun that day. Maybe it's having a conversation with someone. Maybe it's applying for that job. Maybe it's, I don't know. What is it that scares you? Maybe it's jumping in the ocean. Maybe it's going for a run and you haven't run in years. Maybe it's trying a new workout. Maybe it's trying a new recipe. That could be scary. And so when you do that, all of a sudden you're like, okay, nice. I'm not scared anymore. What can I do tomorrow? What can I do tomorrow? What can I do the next day? What can I do the next day? And all of a sudden you're like, yes, I feel so much confidence. I feel happier. I feel more alive. When you have more confidence, you will feel more alive, which is so cool. The next thing, I talked about this a second ago, is to question your inner critic, right? So when you have negative thoughts, when you're giving yourself negative talk, like, question it. Why am I thinking that? How can I change that? And by the way, when you ask yourself, like, why am I thinking that? Many times it's, I'm hungry. Many times it's, I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm worried. Like, get to actually why you're having those negative thoughts. And it has nothing to do with how wonderful you are and the confidence that you should have in yourself, right? But go and deal with those things, right? So if you're hungry, go eat. Boom. You're feeling better about yourself, right? Oh, for sure. If I'm hangry, no, not good. Or if, all those things. So question your inner critic. The next is I call it like do a 50-day rejection challenge, meaning just go for no. If there's things you want to do in your life, ask if you could do those things. If you can do those things, ask if things are possible for you, whatever it is. Go for no. I used to say this in my old coaching business that I had. I would teach my team to go for no. And it's like, sure, go. If you want something in your life, you got to go ask for it. If someone says no, that's okay. If they rejected you, it's go for no. And no moves you closer to the yeses in life. So don't ever be discouraged by the word no. Again, from that podcast I heard today of the billionaires, they heard no so many times. Imagine if they let no stop them from living. Don't do that to yourself. Next is set yourself up to win. Just be like, what am I going to do today to win? cool, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to think positive thoughts. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to make a to-do list. I'm going to take action. Like all these things are going to set yourself up to win. And when you win, even at small wins, even if it's a small win, even if it's a big win, whatever winning is in your opinion, celebrate that. Okay. Celebrate that. And when you do, you'll have more confidence. The next way that you could build confidence is to help someone else. Oh my goodness. Like, have you ever done that? You get in your head, you get in your feelings, you get in your thoughts, and you have low confidence, as opposed to you go and help someone else. You're like, how can I help you? Or I believe in you. You send a quick text, I believe in you. Or you see someone who needs help out in the world and you're like, I got you. You stand taller, right? You are happier. You feel more confident. I'll just share a quick little story. I mean, I don't normally share these kind of stories because anyway, but I'm going to share the story with you. So I was kind of having a day last week. I was at Target and I was having negative thoughts, and just like we all do. And I went to the cashier, and there was a sweet kid in front of me who was buying Legos, a Lego pack. And he was $2.85 short. And he's literally putting his dollar bills and his change on the tray, trying to pay the cashier. And she wasn't very kind, but that's okay. Maybe she was having a day. And she was like, well, you're still $2.85 short. And he was like, oh no, what do I do? And he just didn't understand what to do. He was kind of young. And he said, oh no, what do I do? And I said, you know what? I got you. I got you today. You seem like a really cool kid. And I love Legos. My son loved Legos and still loves Legos today as a 23-year-old. I got you today, but promise me this. You'll go do something nice for someone tomorrow or today, okay? This week. You'll go do something nice for someone else, but I got you for that $2.85. And he looked at me and he said, I didn't know that would happen in real life. I've only seen things like this on YouTube. And I said, well, like I said, you're a cool kid and I'm excited for you to go and build these Legos. But again, do something nice for someone else. So that happened. And what happened to me from helping someone else? I felt more confident. I felt happier. All of a sudden I was like, that was so much fun. Got outside my head. And then I was a more confident human. And of course, caring for ourselves, that's the best way to have more confidence, right? Move your body, eat good food, good mood. When you're in a good mood, you're more confident. You're more willing to go and do the things that continue to boost your confidence, right? Work on your mental state. Like all of this takes intention, but you have to be intentional to have a healthy, happy, amazing, fulfilled, rich life, right? You have to do these things. So right now, look into your life and think, am I caring for myself? Am I? Okay, if not, where can I work on this? And then just decide to go do it, right? You are worth it. If you're thinking to yourself right now, I'm too busy. I just need to dedicate everything to my kids. I need to give everything to everyone else. That is not true. When you take care of you, you are much better prepared. You have much more energy and excitement to do everything for everyone else, right? So take care of you first. Make yourself number one. It is not selfish. It is necessary. I talk about that all the time. And when you do all of these things, you will be more confident. And a more confident person is someone like I want to hang out with, right? I want to hang out with someone who has confidence, right? I want to just feed off their energy, right? And so I want you to do that. I actually want to encourage you as well to do this to build your confidence. I want to encourage you to learn something new. Have you had a desire to learn a different language? Have you thought, oh, I'd really like to learn how to cook. I would love to learn how to bake. I would love to find a new hobby. I would love to take a dance class. When you do that, like it sounds scary, right? You're like, what if I fail? What if I look ridiculous? Who cares? Who cares? Everyone's more concerned about themselves, by the way. But when you decide to go for it and learn that new thing, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you're like, okay, that was awesome. What's next? What can I learn next? Oh my gosh, I feel so good about myself right now. That was amazing, right? So I want to encourage you to learn something new. I love this phrase I learned years ago. It's like, if we're not growing, we're dying. We have to grow. We have to learn. We have to be craving new knowledge. And when we do, we're going to thrive. And when we thrive, we have more confidence. When we have more confidence, we're thriving. See what I'm saying? All right, I've got just a few more. So let's hang out because you're going to like these next ones. The next one is get ready every day. Okay. I know. I know. Get dressed every day in something that makes you feel cute, something that makes you feel pretty, something that feels good. Put on makeup if you wear makeup. I do. Do your hair. Like, be presentable when you leave the house. And it's not to be perfect or anything like that. It's to feel better. I don't know about you, but when I am in a baseball hat and sweats too long, I feel sluggish. I actually feel sad. It's so weird. It has a really weird thing on my mental well-being, and then I have low confidence. Today, I did my hair. I have a little dress on. I came in to do this. I'm going to go run errands. I feel good about myself. I feel more confident. And so I want to encourage you to do this every day. Just put on a good song, put on a playlist, get ready, and just make you a priority every day. If you're like, Molly, I don't even have 5 minutes to do that for myself. You do. You just have to probably not scroll social media and instead take care of you. I'm telling you, I'm as a former social media junkie, since ditching it, I just have had more energy and time than and happiness within myself than ever before. So you do have time. You just have to use it wisely and be like, okay, I've got a 15-minute window. I'm going to get ready. And then when you do this, I promise every day you're going to want to do it. Every day you're going to be like, this feels so good. I feel so cute. I feel like if I saw someone from high school at Target, I wouldn't hide. Has that ever happened to you? Where you're like, oh crap, of course I see someone when I'm looking like this. Well, take a little time each day to look a little better, right? Okay, and I'm not saying you have to put on a ball gown and get your hair blown out. I'm just saying, like, care about yourself, okay? Okay, I've got two more. Two more. The next one is surround yourself with supportive people. Okay? Think about this. When you hang out with people who talk down on you, who aren't your hype girls, who rip on you, who tell you your dreams are silly, who try to talk you out of doing good things for you, your self-confidence is low, right? As opposed to people who are like, you go, girl. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. You got this. I believe in you. You look so good. You're doing so well. Tell me what's going on. I'm so excited for you. Like, yes, let's go, let's go. You need let's go friends, and they will boost your self-confidence too. They will help boost your self-confidence. You are responsible for your self-confidence, but they will help you feel so much better about what you've got going on, your dreams, where you're putting your energy, the things you want, the things you're doing, what you've accomplished. They are your hype people. So hang out with them, spend more time with them, and less with the people who are dragging you down. Okay? Your confidence will be boosted. And then lastly, just decide to embrace you and be like, I love me. Like, give yourself a big old hug right now. I'm doing that right now. Love yourself along the way of your journey, of your story, and embrace the uniqueness that you bring to this world. So many times I'll say to myself something like, I'm so weird. I'm so silly. It's like, yeah, I'm weird and silly. And that's what makes me me. And so I'm going to celebrate it. And when I celebrate it, I'm more confident instead of, I'm so silly. I'm so weird. Nobody will like me. And look at my confidence, right? And so I'm just letting you have that. I want to give you permission to just embrace you, love you. And if there's moments in your life where you're like, I sucked, embrace the suck, embrace the journey, and celebrate everything along the way. The struggles, the setbacks, the wins, celebrate all of it and know that all of it is creating your story. It's pieces of your puzzle that add up to this beautiful picture, making you and your life amazing. And when you see it that way, you will have more confidence. And so I just want to remind you to do this and to every day just speak life into yourself, breathe life into yourself. Don't wait for others and don't look at other things to try to drag you down either. You are in charge of your self-confidence. And when you have more self-confidence, you will have more success in life, most likely, right? You will exude positivity and beauty, and people will see, and you'll have like a bright light. And I just think that's cool. Like, it's God wants us to be a light. God wants us to shine. And if you believe in God or not, like I do, and I just know that like God wants us to shine. And when you have more confidence, you will shine. And when you shine that light on other people. So someone who might not have a lot of confidence, you're shining on them, and all of a sudden they see what is possible, and then they go and do the things to be more confident. Like, your confidence can actually help others have more confidence. It is amazing. So I hope that this has helped you. I've really gone on a tangent because I want you to have confidence. I want you to love yourself so much. It's crazy. And it's good to love yourself. Okay. It's not weird. It's nothing. You should love yourself. And so I hope this helps you today. Send this to a friend who you know is struggling with self-confidence. Maybe look at the show notes for some reminders, but just decide every day to be intentional, to love yourself, believe in yourself, and go after the life that you want. Don't let anyone else stop you from accomplishing your goals and following your dreams. All right. I'll talk to you on the next episode.